Hello and welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks so much for joining us today. Today is day 2 of 30 days with cooking with Angie in the RV. Today was actually a travel day for us. You'll see like the TV is still bungee corded back. Lou, I don't know if we can see her through the window. She's outside doing the water and the sewer and all that good stuff. I already finished setting everything up inside. So I wanted to go ahead and quickly check in. For those of you that are new, I live in a 19-foot travel trailer. There's a kitchen behind me. There's the living room slash bedroom behind me that opens as a Murphy bed. The dinette where I work and we eat. The fridge. Bathroom is on the other side and the door to enter and exit. So yeah, super tiny space. And since it's travel day, I didn't defrost anything. I should have. So we're going to keep it super simple and minimal ingredients. So no meats that are frozen. Lou has been wanting to have a vegetarian slash vegan day for quite some time now, so might as well make today that day. What I'm planning on making is garbanzo frito. It's basically a Cuban dish. And I make it super simple. It's just going to require my sofrito, which I will link how to make the sofrito in the cards as well as in the description because I've done that before and I already have it in a jar in the fridge. Rinsing the garbanzo beans because I cheat and I use a can. I don't use the dry ones. So rinse it and then I'm going to fry it up and then add that sofrito to it so that it gets that flavor. I'll make her some white rice, just a little bit to go alongside of it. For me, I'm going to have cauliflower rice and a lot less of the garbanzo beans because that's a lot of carbs. And since we have leftover meat in the fridge, the pork loin from yesterday, and some bacon wrapped chicken from the day before yesterday, I'm more than likely going to pair some meat with some cauli rice and a little bit of the garbanzo beans. I'll probably make her a salad same as yesterday as well. So stick around while we get to cooking. Let's talk about what's needed. We are going to need a pan to make the garbanzo frito. We are going to need a rice pot or a regular pot to make the rice. Your can opener if you're going to use canned beans, a ladle, and then a colander so that we can drain it. As for the ingredients, use whatever oil you want. I was hoping I still had some avocado oil, but I don't. Since I have a little bit of canola, I'll go ahead and use that. My seasonings are going to be cumin powder, garlic powder, onion powder, pink salt, and then sazon Goya. The one I like to use is the one that's culantro y achote. It comes in a box with these little packets inside of it. Cauliflower rice for me. White rice for Lou. There is my sofrito that I said I would link it in the cards as well as in the description. This has tomato paste, onions, garlic, pepper. Sometimes I add cilantro or culantro in it, but not this time, no greens, with the exception of the green onions. The can of garbanzo beans, and that is it. And I did tell you that I was going to make a salad, so we'll pull that out almost towards the end. And then I'm going to have some of the leftover meat that we had either yesterday or the day before yesterday. So in the meantime, I'm going to get that rice going and start working on those garbanzo fritos. Okay, so since the white rice is just for Lou, I am going to do 1 cup, which is actually going to be way more than necessary. Now that I said that out loud, I think I'm going to do half a cup because then that'll turn into 1 cup of cooked rice. So there's half a cup. Here is a full cup of water because you want to double the amount of water to the rice. A little pinch of salt. A little tiny drop of oil, even though I've never had issues with anything sticking to this pot. I'm going to cover it and I'm going to let it go. All right, so for those of you that want to make white rice also and don't have a rice cooker, it's easy peasy to make it on a pot. Just make sure that your pot has a lid and the ingredients are still going to be the same. Whatever portion of rice you use, you want to double that for water. And I would typically say half a cup per person is okay dry because it does basically double after it's cooked. So first things first, put that pot of water to boil with a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt. And once it starts boiling, throw your rice in it. If you're the type of person that wants to rinse it first, go for it. I don't stress it that much. So yeah, throw your rinsed or dry rice into the pot with the water. And once you start seeing it bubble again, then go ahead and reduce the heat to low, the lowest setting you can go, and cover it. And set a timer for about 30 minutes. So 30 to 35 minutes. Typically 30 is right on point. And then at that point, just take it off the heat, let it sit for about a minute or two, uncover it, fluff it, and you're good to go. Next up are the garbanzo beans. So I'm going to open up this can. I'm going to drain it. I'm going to rinse it. But to make this most delicious, whether I make it in a stew, whether I fry it like I am now, or air fry it or bake it, I do something else before this goes from basically colander to pan. Let me show you. Where did the top go? There it is. Okay. When rinsing your garbanzo beans, just shake it around as much as possible and you'll start to see, let me show you an example, the skin start to come off. Make sure you can see that. You see that? You don't want this floating around in your stew, or you don't want it, getting crispy when you're making air fried garbanzos to add to salad or snack on or whatever. This is just not appetizing. It's not pretty. And I've heard, I don't know from experience, but I've heard that it also makes the beans taste bitter. So I shake it around and then I take out as much as I can to throw it away. You'll see that the garbanzos are done. I am done shaking it around. I did spend a couple minutes doing it. I'm sure if I spent a couple more, I might get a lot more. But look, I have a palm full of bean skin. That does not look yummy. If you're anal and you want to take longer doing it, you can more than likely get all of it. But I personally spent just a few minutes doing it. And look at that. All right, let's get to cooking. I think it's only fair that I tell you that I'm making this vegetarian for Lou today, but it doesn't have to be. Garbanzo fritos usually have meat in it. Most people put ham, they put chorizo, some people put bacon. So if you want to add meat to yours, this is the time to start cooking up that meat. So grab your chorizo, slice it up, throw it in the pan without any oil because it's going to release its own oils, and cook it. If you want ham, buy the little diced hams and fry that up too. And once you have your meat nice and cooked, then we'll toss the garbanzo beans in with that meat. So we're skipping that step. Let's go straight to the garbanzos. Now that we've got some heat going, let me just drop in a little drizzle of oil. Really not too much. That's probably like a half a tablespoon. We're going to let that heat. Let me give you a little close-up. You'll see some bits and pieces. You see that char there on the edge. That's what we're looking for. Not all of them have it, but most of them do. So I'm just going to turn it around a few more times, letting it all get bits and pieces of the char. And then we'll throw the sofrito in. But I wanted you to get a close-up to see what it is that you're looking for. All right, it's sofrito time. I wish you guys can smell this. The moment I open up the jar and take it out, it smells like heaven. We can eat this right over the rice, just like this. It's so good. It's already cooked, so make sure you check out my sofrito recipe. But we're still going to throw it in here. I have basically almost like a teaspoon, and I probably want to stick a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons in here. I know a teaspoon is 3 to equal a tablespoon. So let's go ahead. That's 3 for 1, 2, and then 3 for 2 tablespoons. Time to stir that. Woo! I have more for something else. Can you imagine this with pieces of chorizo in it? Mouth watering. That's all she wrote. At this point, we can just let it cook down for another minute or so. And then you can turn off the heat and serve whenever you're ready. You'll see this already turned orange, so the rice is done. This is done. He's not quite ready to eat yet. So I will check in with you guys when it's time for me to rewarm this up and work on the salad for her. All right, are you guys ready to assemble the salad with me? Let me grab a few sprigs, some of these leaves of lettuce, and cut off these tips because they don't look so pretty. Lou's gonna have like 3/4 of her plate of salad, whereas I'm gonna have like just a side salad in the bowl. I'm giving her a lot more. Throw that part away. Lou loves fresh broccoli. Do you guys like fresh broccoli too? This is a big one. You don't like broccoli. Lexi does, but you don't. So I'm going to go ahead and give her some broccoli. Chop some of the core because, yes, she likes the core too. She says it gives it a nice crunch. And then the florets. I'm skipping on broccoli for me, but I will take some cucumber. Lou doesn't care for the skin on the cucumber, so I always slice it off before I add it into our salads. Let's get some tomato. Take this core off. We have some radishes, so let's add some of that as well. Ooh, I only have 4 left. So let me get 1 big and 1 small. And leave 1 big and 1 small for another day. I have one last avocado in the fridge, but as you can see, it's pretty banged up. It's been in there for a while. Let's see if any part of this is salvageable. Not really. It's not worth getting like one little piece from here or one little piece from here. So I'm dumping this away. No avocado today. I do have some almonds and walnuts, so why not chop some up and add it into the salad? And I have some chia seeds, so why not add a little bit of extra healthy fat to it as well. I was planning on dressing it with this 3 cheese vinaigrette, but as you can see, there's like barely any in here. So we might go ahead and finish this off on one of them, but I have a backup. This garlic vinaigrette is just as good, if not better. Also from Aldi. These are the two main ones I buy all the time at Aldi's. I always have them in stock. Now that Lou's salad is done and my salad is done, I'm going to go ahead and start steaming my cauliflower rice. I'm just going to follow the package instructions in the microwave and squeeze out as much liquid as I can. These are the last 3 that are left over. They're chicken tenderloins that I seasoned and wrapped with bacon, and I cooked it in air fryer mode at 375. And I did, what did I do? I did 20 minutes and then I did 15 minutes. So since that was made the day before yesterday, I figured I might as well eat this leftover first before yesterday's leftover. Okay, what does this say? I haven't made cauliflower rice, frozen cauliflower rice in a while. So microwave this side up. My blinds. Oh, down here. So depending on the wattage, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. So let's go with the 6. I don't know what the wattage is. I can't see that far. 6 minutes it is. The microwave is done. It's beeping away. So I'm going to take this out. I'm only going to poke a tiny little hole in it and then squeeze as much out as possible. Oh, I shouldn't have closed that. Let me go ahead and warm up my chicken too. I'll put that in for, I don't know how. I'm going to put that in for 2.5 minutes. All right, scissors. Let's cut a tiny little piece. I do recommend using a towel to squeeze because it is going to be hot. I might need another one, as a matter of fact. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, baby. Look at that. I much rather make the frozen cauliflower rice on stovetop also for the same reason. If you cook it with nothing in it, it'll basically evaporate and evaporate and evaporate, and then you can toast up the rice. But I was somewhat on a crunch. This video hasn't been recorded simultaneously because Lou wasn't ready to eat, and she's still not ready to eat, but I need to start work soon. So it's time for me to get the ball rolling for me to eat, and then she can eat whenever she wants. I think I got most of the liquid out already. I'm squeezing, squeezing. Ooh, that's hot. I wish I had a longer one with me right now. Let's give it one more squeeze. There we go. All right. And good. Yay! Now when I take out the chicken, I'm basically going to add probably half of this cauliflower rice next to it and a little bit, maybe a spoonful of those garbanzos next to it, and then have the side salad that you saw. I just turned on the heat on the stove too to warm up the garbanzos really quick. It'll just need like a minute or two. And the chicken just started beeping, so I'm going to take that out now while this is warming up on the stove. Ooh, look at all that steam. Delicious. Cut the rest of this bag off. Fluff it up. I think that's about half. That's good. Can you hear that sizzling? Turn that off. I think that's more than enough for me. You can have the rest of it. She left to go walk Lexi. Hopefully they'll be back in a moment so I can see if she does want me to serve her. I don't know. But this is what my plate is looking like. There's the cauli rice, the fried chickpeas with Cuban sofrito, and the bacon wrapped chicken. Great. Oh my god. I just noticed that my mic wasn't on, which probably means that the last clip I didn't have audio. Let's re-record it just in case. Lou is not back from her walk. So I went ahead and just served her as well as myself because I really need to eat before I start work. My plan originally was to put her food together with her salad, but since she's not here, hence not ready to eat, I don't want to end up having to take this out to warm it up for her when she is ready. So I just put it in a separate plate. Here is her fluffy white rice. Nothing like cauliflower rice, huh? But giving her all the carbs, let her enjoy her white rice with her Cuban garbanzos frito. There's her beautiful salad. Mine isn't as pretty. I didn't make it as fancy as hers, as I always do for my own food. But there's my cauli rice, my bacon wrapped chicken, and my garbanzos. I am gonna do, which I already did, the thumbnail picture, and then we can go ahead and close this out. Okay, now I feel better that I know that the mic was on when I recorded it. So I hope you enjoyed day 2 of 30 days of RV cooking with Angie. Very simple Cuban meal that is super packed with flavor. I did do it vegan style, like I mentioned. Throw that chorizo in it, bacon or ham, or all three, and I promise it's going to be so much better. That's, a carnivore lover, of course, so that's how I feel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a big thumbs up. Make sure to try this recipe, and if you do decide that you want to give it a try, let me know down below. I'm curious to know how many of you are going to try it. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys. Oh, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. So many of our viewers are not subscribed. Hitting the thumbs up, commenting, and subscribing really does help our channel grow because YouTube will send us out to more people. So hit that subscribe button. Bye, guys. Let's use the last of this vinaigrette. It smells so good. I love it. Might as well. Might as well. Throw this away. All right. I like to start with my salad first, but I gotta do a taste test for you guys. I already know what this chicken tastes like because I've already had it. But it is left over. It's now 3 days old. So it's probably a little bit drier. But anything bacon wrapped is amazing. That was a big bite. All right, rice and the garbanzos. Sofrito makes everything so much better. I love that. I do wish it had chorizo in it, but it's really good.